Hey everyone, today we're going to do another logistics talk video pertaining to advanced work, advanced planning, area study, surveillance, reconnaissance, that kind of thing. A gentleman and friend by the name of Mike Alvarez, thanks for the question and topic to bring up, man. Wanted me to expand upon what's called an SDR, or a surveillance detection route. So the basic gist of it is a surveillance detection route, or SDR, can be one of two things. First off, it is with your route planning, which we've talked about in prior videos, is preventing surveillance from happening on you and your people, your principal, and your movements and activities. A prevention of that by countering that surveillance, or SDR can be controlling the surveillance space when you are working, advanced working, doing surveillance, reconnaissance and stuff on a route and a group of people. So it's one or the other. It refers to both applications. So basically what it comes down to is in SDR as a preventative measure, you're taking measures, using your pace route planning and things like that to utilize routes to understand, hey, there's corner lookouts here. Let's say you're in cartel land in Mexico, okay? Let's say you're driving through Tijuana. With some of your advanced work, before any operational movements with a principal or going and conducting operations with your team and stuff, you're gonna have your smaller team of guys doing the advanced work and the reconnaissance and stuff. They're gonna go through and be like, oh hey, we see these guys hanging out on the corner all the time. They always got phones or radios in their hands, or they're up on that balcony over there or whatever. That would be an SDR that we're gonna have to avoid. Okay, so then you're going to have to plan your routes accordingly. I've kind of talked about that before too. So that's one example there. The other, on the flip, is you're doing the surveillance and things like that, and you're working in such a way to force or funnel your subject that you're trying to monitor into the route that you want them to do, the route that you want them to take, and give you the optimal advantage to perform surveillance and things like that, and other area study and advanced work and things like that. To the venue, knowing where the venue mark is and things like that. So you're going to be working to maybe utilize part of your team to kind of spook them into taking a route that you want, or doing things in such a way to utilize localized assets to limit their movement of travel to get them on a route that you want them to be, and to getting into an area near their venue or near a site in question for area study or whatever it is, SSE, sensitive site exploitation or whatever, to maintain eyes on and do the work that you need to do for your surveillance activities and things like that. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense for people as far as what the differences are in an SDR application, both preventatively and proactively. That should make some more sense to people. It's fairly simple in terminology, but at the same time, it can get very deep dive and very in the weeds with operational techniques and tactics and tools and things like that you can use to do the surveillance and either mitigate and prevent or maximize advantage of surveillance activities. Another example would be for in the context of counter ambush tactics and stuff. So you're doing your advanced work and your advanced planning. You're gonna have to move your team or family members or a principal, which is a VIP, a principal, from point A to point B. Okay, so you're going out, sending a team out beforehand to do area study and things like that, and you notice that there's a couple of choke pointed areas. Okay, so you want to kind of avoid those. It's very common in Iraq too, because like certain areas, especially like in Baghdad and some of the larger cities, you've got roundabouts and stuff, which those are engineered by design choke points that control the movement of traffic and vehicles. Okay, And it's the same with stoplights too, or strange constricted intersections, or where roads go from 2 lanes to 1 lane each way, things like that. So those are things to think about too with what an SDR is, either to your advantage or as a focus to assess and to avoid or mitigate otherwise. So it's just one of those things. Hopefully that makes sense to people, and I'm doing it in a fairly concise and abridged way, but it helps to bring the information out for people to really understand some more of the nuances of doing this kinds of activity as it pertains to your logistics package, as well as for other operational applications. So hopefully that makes sense to people, and I appreciate the question, Mike, or topic to bring up. Fairly straightforward, but at the same time, you can get more into the weeds about it. It's just, it takes practice and time, and a good team, however large or small, of individuals that can think outside the box and have really good sets of eyes and ears to be able to continue assessing and to really put together a sound contingency and logistics package for yourself to utilize in your operations, in your emergency planning, and any number of other things. So thanks again for watching, and more stuff coming soon. Metal up. Out.